Alright, let's talk about file renaming. The software we use for file renaming is called Renamer, and you can find this installed on any IceBlock computer. And if you're not on an IceBlock computer, I really recommend buying it. It's a couple bucks and it's worth every penny. We have a couple presets, General Rename and BMCC Rename. General Rename should work for most of your cameras and most of your audio recorders. And BMCC Rename is specifically designed for the Blackmagic camera because Blackmagic cameras use very, very long file naming systems. We had to add in a little extra bit of an extra line of command in there. So let's load the General Renamer and see what we've got. First we have characters, overwrite, and replacement is what they will become. And then below that we have the numbers. Should be ordered. Definitely don't do random. There's no point in renaming them and making them all random. Numbering. We have 001. Here are your options in here. 001, 002, 003 is usually enough. Start with number 001, step value 1, and continue numbering. What continue numbering will do is if you finish renaming this series of files, continue numbering will pick up at the next number on the list. So if you have 10 files in folder 1, when you get to folder 2, it'll be 011. And then you have 10 more files, and next time it'll be 021. Usually we leave this unchecked because we do a lot of file sorting before we get there. And all our file sorting should be done by the time we get into Renamer. Alright, now you should not rename every file date client project. What you should do is go to the root folder, copy, and paste. Sometimes these names get a little bit long and cumbersome, and what I will do is remove the zeros from the project order and the number of the project and just make it MM1, MM2, underscore, and then you want to put the type of thing you're renaming. What we're looking at right now is audio, so I would put AU. Let's select all 13 clips, drag them in, and it will give you a preview of what everything will be named as. Let's remove half of them. And I'll show you what will happen if we turn continue numbering on. So we have 1503, this is 2015, January, February, March. The client is Joseph Tame, and this is a movie make project. That means we will be shooting and editing, and this is the first movie make project of this month for Joseph Tame, and these are audio files. So let's click apply. Ta-da! Very, very nice. Now, what you'll see is these have been renamed numbers 1 through 7, but these have not been renamed. So let's drag them in. And look at that, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Let's apply that. Beautiful. All right, so now those are all numbered properly. Let's take a look at what happens if continue numbering is not turned on. We're going to go into a backup folder where we have the exact same files. Let's get rid of that. And we'll do 1 through 7 again. Alright, first thing you'll notice is that it's starting with 14. Even though we had turned continue numbering off, it updates the start number every time you run a batch. So we have to move this back down to 1. Alright, 001 through 007, let's apply that. Alright, now this is a little strange. Because I'd been doing work in the previous folder sets, I'd already authorized Renamer to rename the files, but when you start working in a new folder, you have to give Renamer permission to rename the files. This avoids accidentally renaming files that you don't want renamed. This is just a checkpoint along the way. So here we have the root folder. This is the backup. We did an archive of this before doing these tutorials. So here you have the root folder, and here you have all the files. Now we could say, okay, authorize Renamer to handle anything in this folder specifically, and that would be okay. But what I like to do is go back to the root folder of the entire project and authorize Renamer to do anything to any of the folders in here. So if we were to just select Reel 001 for the audio, we could only rename these files. But if we go all the way back to the root folder, we can rename anything in audio, photo, or video. Very, very convenient, a quick way to give the program access to all the folders in a specific project. So let's click rename. Let's get rid of those. And let's import the next batch. And oh my god, look at that. It doesn't do it continuously. Here we are back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we were to rename these, it would create problems. So what we're going to do is just start this at 008 and apply. And of course, usually, you would not be breaking your rename sets down like that. You would just be going into the folder. Here are all our raw files. Select them all. Make sure you start at 1. And let's call this PH. So these will all come out as 1503, Tame, Movie Make 1, PH 001. Let's apply that. And let's get rid of those. And let's do the JPEGs as well. Why not, while we're here? Now you'll notice when going from audio to photo, I changed the AU to PH. That's audio, photo. Very, very easy to follow that. Now we're not changing it from the RAW files to the JPEG files because the file extension at the end will make that clear. So let's apply that and get rid of those. And what I mean by that is this is a photo, but the format is Canon RAW 2. This is also a photo, but the format is JPEG. Very, very easy to understand. All right, and those are the basics of renaming files using Renamer. Thank you for watching.